I recently got a perm and it's completely changed my daily hair routine. I know a lot of you are probably looking at my hair right now and thinking, that's not permed, but let me explain. It's so much better and different to how it was before it was permed. In today's video, I'm going to explain to you what kind of perm this is, why I got it, how I care for it, and what to ask for if you would like something similar. So a lot of you had been noticing how lazy I got with my hair over the past few weeks. Ever since I went short again, I've always loved it the first few weeks after you get your hair cut, but as soon as the length started to come back, I would just give up on it. I like a sort of wavy style with a bit of volume to it, but because my hair is so straight, it's really difficult to achieve. My hair just wants to be dead straight and grow downwards, with absolutely no body or shape to it. Over the years, I've tried all the products like volumizing powders and hairsprays, clays, fibers, and texturizing sea salt sprays. They all work to an extent, but they take a lot of effort and they don't last that long. I always used to find that halfway through the day, my hair was back to being flat and straight again. But then I had a bit of a light bulb moment a few weeks ago. After seeing the rise of Korean perms, I realized that was the exact style that I was always trying to achieve with my hair products. Now, I'm not going to go into the science of it, but the basic idea behind a perm is that you put your hair into these curling rods, and then a solution is put on them which breaks down the natural shape of the hair and allows it to take the new form of the curl rods they're in. So I decided a perm was the way to go. My hair was at a medium length, and you're gonna need this kind of length to begin with because the hair is going to rise a bit when it's permed. For inspiration, I simply searched for men's Korean perms on Google. There were tons of results I liked, so I just picked a few and took some screenshots. The style is essentially a 2-block haircut, so longer on top with quite a sharp taper down to shortened sides. It's actually not too far from a bowl cut, but with more tapering down the sides and back, and a little bit more texture on top. I then found a reputable hairdresser. You do want an experienced hairdresser to do this, because there are a lot of ways to easily mess it up. There aren't any Korean specific hairdressers near me, but I did find a highly rated hairdresser and sent my screenshots over beforehand to make sure they were happy with it. Unfortunately, I didn't film the process. I'm just too socially awkward to film other people, let alone myself in public. But I'll do my best to explain it, and I'll show images or videos of other people getting their perms to show you what I'm talking about. So they started with the 2-block haircut first. I actually wanted to go quite short on the sides so that I could live with the haircut a little bit longer before it needed to be cut again. So they shaved it down on the sides. I think they went down to a number 2, but obviously this tapered upwards towards where it got longer. On top, the length didn't actually change that much from what I already had. They just added a bit more shape and texture to it. I wanted to keep the fringe long because I quite like the fringy look at the moment. So after that, the actual perming process started and the rods went in. I explained that I just wanted a loose wave. I definitely didn't want a tight curly perm, and so they used the largest rods that they had, and adding the rods into the hair is actually the longest part of the process. Once the rods are in, the perming solution is added to the entire head and left for around 30 minutes to work its magic. This is then washed out with water, and then a neutralizing solution is added to stop the perming process. You leave that neutralizer in for 15 minutes or so and then wash it out. And at this point, the perm is pretty much done. Your wet hair is patted down and left to dry naturally. Now, you mustn't wash it for at least 48 hours, otherwise it can ruin the perm, apparently. The whole process took about 3 hours, which sounds long, but it actually went by quite fast because there was always something happening. The perm and cut cost £65 together, which I think is really reasonable for the amount of time it took. So I've now had my perm for about 2 weeks, and I'm just obsessed with it. It's made my life so much easier. I pretty much wake up and my hair is already done. It's got texture, volume, and waviness with basically no effort. I have noticed if I don't wash my hair for a few days and it starts to get a bit greasy, then it seems to lose its shape and go quite straight again. At first, when I saw this, I was actually really upset. I thought the perm had failed, but then as soon as I washed it again, the perm came straight back. Now, even though I'm really happy with it, and I did specifically ask for the loosest waves possible, I think I am going to go one step up on my next perm. I just want a slight bit more curliness to it, and I think it'll be perfect. And in regard to that, I think you have to wait at least 3 months before you can get it permed again. You don't want to do it too often because it is actually really damaging to the hair. I haven't noticed any side effects, but it is really important to use the correct products to care for your perm. When I was searching for the best products for permed hair, the consensus seemed to be to get something really nourishing and moisturizing. Because permed hair is quite damaged and dry, it's craving moisture and nutrients. It's also a good idea to get something specifically for curly hair. These products will accentuate the curls and prevent any frizziness. I settled on a shampoo and conditioner by Cantu. They were well priced and well reviewed. I tend to wash it every 2 days. When I step out the shower, I sort of pat it dry with a towel and scrunch it up a bit. And when it's still wet, I'll add this curling cream by the Curl Company. This adds more nourishment to the hair and also further helps define the curls. And it also gives you a bit of hold in whichever style you're going for. It also gives you a bit of a wet look if that's what you like, but the feel of it is still really soft. It's not crunchy like gel or hairspray. So after I've applied that, I just let it air dry. I have seen that you can use a hairdryer if you like with a diffuser attached, but I like to stay away from hairdryers. Plus, I've noticed that air drying leaves me with the waviest hair at the end. So there's the story about my perm and what recommendations I have if you want to try it for yourself. I know it definitely isn't a perm in the traditional sense. A lot of people think it's going to be super tight curls, but I really just wanted to add a bit of waviness that I didn't have to style in every single day. And that's exactly what this perm has given me, so I couldn't be happier. I hope it was helpful. If you've got any more questions, do let me know down in the comments. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.